Selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling Sacramento, buying the block back. Selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling Sacramento, buying the block back. Selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling Sacramento, buying the block back. Selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling slack, selling Sacramento, buying the block back.
Agent Kee, yeah. Selling Sacramento. She's selling Sacramento. Agent Kee, she's selling Sacramento. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Agent Kee, yeah. Selling Sacramento. She's selling Sacramento. Agent Kee, she's selling Sacramento. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, Ronnie Cobb. How you doing, sir?
Here we go.
Hey, everyone. It is Wednesday, and you are tuned into Selling Sacramento on 97.5 FM KDEE. Just a reminder, Selling Sacramento is brought to you by Mathews and Company Realty Group, where I am broker and owner with over 20 years in the industry. And I love helping you buy, sell, and retain real estate. So if you have a home to sell, if you're ready to have the conversation and map out a plan towards home ownership, visit my website at agentkee.com, agentkee.com, and schedule your free consultation. There you can email me, chat with me, set up a new buyer consultation, or start the process of getting your home sold. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Just search Selling Sacramento Agent Kee on your favorite platform and join in the conversation. Let me know that you're there by typing in the chat like Ronnie Cobb did. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, sir? Yes. And we got a lot to talk about today. But first, I want to say two things. Number one, Selling Sacramento is 4 years young this week. Yay! If we had celebration horns, we'd be playing them right there. We're going to be celebrating with a little birthday party for Selling Sacramento tomorrow during the Wine, Chocolate, and Cheese event downtown at the Mix. That is the Realtist event. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, go to Eventbrite, type in Sacramento Realtist Wine, Chocolate, and Cheese 2023, and I believe tickets are still available. But I'll be there Selling Sacramento with our VIP booth and our VIP guests, and we will be celebrating 4 years. 4 years. Thank you all. I had an amazing time over the weekend at the California Black Chamber of Commerce Business Summit. Met a lot of people who listened to the show. So if you're listening right now, it was so amazing to meet you all and to hear your stories and to know that you actually tune in to this show every Wednesday and that you appreciate all of the information that all of our radio personalities present to you every day on 97.5 FM KDEE. The other thing that I want to share with you all is this. As we near the end of 2023, many of us are setting goals and intentions for the coming year. One of the most empowering resolutions that you can make is to get your financial house in order. Whether it's securing your future, achieving peace of mind, or simply feeling confident about your financial decisions, there is no time like the present to start. And I'm going to share with you right now a resource to help you do just that. And that is the City of Sacramento's Financial Empowerment Center. The Financial Empowerment Center is dedicated to assisting residents of Sacramento from age 18 and up by offering free, professional, one-on-one financial coaching. So here's what's in store for you. Reducing your debt. They help you reduce your debt, laying the foundation for a debt-free future. They help you strengthen your financial safety net by teaching you how to build a savings. They'll help you boost your credit score to unlock better opportunities, positioning you to improve your credit. And then they connect you with safe, affordable checking and savings accounts and saving account institutions, which will help you make better informed choices about where to keep your money. So remember, there are no income restrictions, and these top-notch services are entirely free. So take the first step. If you are ready to pave the way for a financially stable 2024, you don't have to wait till January 1. Start today, October 25th. Reach out to the experts at the Sacramento Financial Empowerment Center. Their number, 916-808-4927. Again, that number, 916-808-4927. And you can also email them at FEC, F as in Frank, E as in Empowerment, C as in Center, FEC at cityofsacramento.org. FEC at cityofsacramento.org. In the interest of safety and convenience, most appointments are currently held remotely via phone or video. Again, remember, begin your 2024 with clarity, confidence, and a solid financial plan. So with the support of the Financial Empowerment Center, you can ensure that you're well prepared for whatever the future holds. All right, so I wanted to make sure that I shared that information with you as we dive into what we're going to talk about today. Initially, we were going to discuss, we were going to talk about, I believe it was something about getting into your career, jumpstarting your career. Anyway, let me not tarry there because so much is going on right now. So I changed our segment that we were going to talk about today to this topic. And this is risk or reward, winning the homeownership battle in a tough economy. Right now, there is a lot going on financially And I want to share it by starting with this. As we dive into today's segment, it's essential that we first set the stage by understanding the landscape that we're navigating. And let me explain. So, our current economic situation, as many of you are already aware, it has its fair share of complexities. It's just something we've never encountered before. There is this complex economic system where the US unemployment rates have plummeted. I don't know if you all heard this. I saw this in the news yesterday. US unemployment rates have plummeted to their lowest in 70 years under the Biden administration. And now I know for most of you that makes absolutely zero sense, as we are seeing the cost of everything skyrocket. So this fact is saying that there are fewer people unemployed, but we are not feeling that celebration that the government may want to have in our pocketbooks. There are a lot of people who are employed whose paychecks are not increasing as prices are increasing. With the fluctuating interest rates, with rising inflation in some sectors, and this job market that's still regaining its strength, families and individuals, we're feeling the pinch in our pocketbooks. Now, against this backdrop, let's talk about homeownership. We come on this show every week and we talk about it being a dream for many. But during times like this, it gets tested. These are uncertain times. Home ownership, even in the best of times, comes with its challenges. There's the mortgage, but there's also property taxes, maintenance costs, insurance, and so much more. And in an economy where it's a little shaky, these challenges can be magnified. They can seem magnified. Late fees, interest hikes, or even the looming fear of foreclosure, it can become a very real concern. But let's not forget, every cloud has a silver lining. Despite the hurdles, owning a home brings rewards, a sense of stability, building equity, and having a place that truly belongs to you, to name a few. But here's the most crucial part: challenges. As daunting as they might seem, they're not insurmountable. And that's precisely where our conversation today aims to lead. Our segment, Risk or Reward: Winning the Home Ownership Battle in a Tough Economy. It's not just about identifying problems, but it's about finding solutions. We're going to be diving deep and equip you. Whether you're a homeowner, a prospective buyer, we're going to equip you today with the tools, the insights, and the strategies that you need to thrive. Tune in, grab a pen and a paper. We've got practical strategies for you. Get ready to write this stuff down. I know somebody out there listening right now is feeling the pinch, and you own your home, and either you feel upside down already or you fear that it's looming, that it's coming. And I'm here to share with you today that you don't have to allow fear to overtake you if you work on a list of solutions. And I'm going to share them with you. Whichever ones resonate with you, you need to jump on them today and get started. Not just financially, but mentally too. Because we all know the stresses of financial strain, they're not just about numbers. They take a toll on our well-being and our peace of mind. So whether you're currently a homeowner and you're feeling the economic pressure, or if you're someone considering taking that big step despite the economic climate, stay with us on the show today because I'm going to guide you, inform you, and empower you. And as we venture further into our conversation, it's going to be pivotal that you grasp the landscape of homeownership. I stated earlier that owning a home is more than just paying off your mortgage every month. And I say all the time on this show, it's more than just about a roof over your head. It's a culmination of various costs. Some are expected, but some are unforeseen. And apart from the mortgage, which can be a hefty monthly expense, there's property taxes, There's utilities, water, gas, electricity, and so on. They can catch us off guard. And let's not forget maintenance with a leaky roof after a heavy storm, right? A furnace that decides to break down in the middle of winter, or just regular wear and tear. Homes, like anything else, require upkeep. And plus, if you're in a community with HOA, homeowners association fees, there might be monthly or yearly dues, or they might be preparing to increase those dues. This is just scratching the surface. There are insurance premiums, potential landscape costs, and more. We're looking at this thing as what it really is. Layer on top of these costs the intricacies of an economic downturn. How does this affect homeowners? Directly, it can mean potential job losses. Some people are experiencing that, or reduced hours that lead to a decreased income. This can strain your household budget and make it a challenge to meet your financial commitments associated with your home. These rising interest rates can affect those of you who have variable mortgages that lead to even higher monthly payments. I'm trying to make sure I touch everyone to make sure you are paying attention, that I get your attention so that you can hear and receive these solutions, act on them, and avoid the issues of possibly losing your home or feeling stressed or feeling like you're not able to survive. You can make it. An economic slump can lead to decreased property values, meaning that your home's equity could diminish. Local services might be cut back due to reduced city budgets, which may affect your living conditions. Furthermore, if people in your community face financial hardships, that could have a ripple or a domino effect. Local businesses might suffer, schools might face budgetary constraints, and the general sense of community can just be impacted. So it's clear that challenges of homeownership during economic downturn, they are multifaceted. But awareness is the first step to preparedness. By truly understanding this landscape, we can better strategize on how to navigate it. And that's where this segment today is going to lead. We've begun to dive into the crucial steps of financial preparedness. I've set the stage. Go grab a pen and paper. Remember, having a backup for those rainy days is not just a good idea, it's essential. I've got a lot more to cover. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Kee, and we will be right back. Neighborhood. Welcome to 4424 Gibraltar Street. This two-story jewel, boasting a spacious 1,823 square feet, stands proud and newly rejuvenated. Fresh exterior paint glistens in the California sun. Step inside to a world of contemporary elegance. The sleek waterproof laminate flooring, freshly laid in 2022, guides you seamlessly through the downstairs space. The kitchen radiates luxury with pristine granite countertops. Retreat to the master suite where relaxation awaits. A lavish soaker tub promises evenings of deep tranquility. Situated on a premium corner lot and opposite the peaceful Quail Park, here privacy reigns supreme. The newly installed fence stands as a testament to both security and aesthetic grandeur. And for those warm Sacramento days, dive into luxury with not one, but two community pools. At 4424 Gibraltar Street, luxury, location, and lifestyle converge in perfect harmony.
Agent Kee, yeah. Selling Sacramento. Agent Kee, She's selling Sacramento. She is. She's selling Sacramento. Agent Kee. She's selling Sacramento. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Agent Kee. Is selling Sacramento. She is. She's selling Sacramento. Agent Kee. She's selling Sacramento. Oh yeah.
Hey, Shalon, how are you? Miss Emma-Ty, how you doing, girl? Yeah, coming back from the break, y'all. Welcome back. You are listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. Shifting our focus now to arguably one of the most crucial elements in this homeownership journey, financial preparedness. Whether the economy is booming or in a slump, being financially prepared can make all the difference. Let's break this down. We're going to discuss the importance of emergency funds, the crucial role of reviewing your insurance, and effective budgeting. First, let's start with emergency funds. The unforeseen does not send us a heads up. That is why it's called the unforeseen, right? An emergency fund is your financial safety net. Financial experts recommend often 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses tucked away. This can be a lifesaver, particularly during job loss, medical emergency, or an unexpected major expense. Now, I know already, starting a fund can seem daunting, but start small. Set aside a tiny percent of your paycheck consistently. Doing that over time can add up. Doing a small amount over time regularly also helps you build the habit of doing it. Building the habit of doing that is probably more important than how much you set aside. Open a separate savings account specifically for this fund so that you're not tempted to dip into it for everyday expenses. As a matter of fact, I've stated on the show before, name it emergency fund, do not touch. Because if you go and see that, if you have online banking like I do and you give it that name, you're going to be very, very cautious about dipping into that fund. And then outline what an emergency looks like. If Beyonce is coming to town, that is not an opportunity to dip into the emergency fund. Be very definitive and specific about naming your money. So for that account, whatever an emergency fund is for you, define it up front and vet that before you go and grab from it. Automatic transfer, if possible, from one account into your emergency fund. Start with $25, start with $5. I mentioned before, start with a jar at home, or you're just putting in a certain consistent amount every day as often as possible. And remember, the goal is consistency. Insurance reviews. Insurance is not just another paperwork. It's peace of mind in the form of paper. Homeowners insurance typically covers damages to your property and potential liabilities. Mortgage insurance, especially for those of us who did not put down 20%, I did not. Mortgage insurance protects the lender if you default on your loan. But then there are additional options like flood insurance, earthquake insurance, depending on where you live. It's vital, though, that you periodically review and update your policies. Your home might increase in value, or you might have made a significant improvement. Make sure your coverage reflects your current situation so that you're not caught off guard. I recently received a Dear John letter from my homeowner's insurance company because they are leaving California and they will not be insuring homes next year. So I am on the search for a new insurance company when my insurance policy expires next year. So you got to stay on top of that to make sure that you stay covered and covered properly. Budgeting and tracking expenses. The B word, yes. Trust me, it's not as terrifying as it sounds. With today's technology, and I've talked about it here on the show numerous times, there are a number of apps and tools that can help you keep a detailed record of your income and your expenses. Tools like Mint, YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget, or even a simple Excel spreadsheet can be really instrumental. Once you start tracking, it becomes clear where your money is going. Prioritize your essential costs, mortgages, utilities, groceries, then see where you can cut back. Maybe that daily coffee run can be reduced to twice a week, or subscriptions that you no longer use. Every bit counts. I was on PayPal yesterday. Y'all know what I was doing, checking for those auto payments. Auto payments are very slick ways of your money disappearing and you forgetting that you subscribe to something. Whether you have online banking or PayPal, whatever platform you use where money can automatically be drawn, go into that platform, go into the system and look for auto pays. See what is on regular auto pay, what is regularly being deducted. It could be monthly, it could be bi-monthly, it could be quarterly. I found some quarterly and yearly things that were coming up in a few months at $599 for one and a couple $100 for another. And guess what I did? I canceled them bad boys from that auto subscription with a real quickness. But you have to do that kind of detective work, because by the time you see, when you get the alert that that money has been taken and you get an email saying it's been deducted or some type of text, it's too late. You got to fight with them to try to get them to return that money. And in most cases, they won't, because it's just something that you forgot about because you allowed it in advance a month ago or a year ago or a couple of years ago. So go and check for those auto pays. Go in there, clean them out, cancel them, and notify me. Let me know how much money you saved. Yesterday, I saved myself a little over $1,000 that would have occurred and hit my bank account within the next few months. So that was a nice little savings there. Then there's dealing with unexpected large bills. Beyond the regular costs, there are always those curveball expenses, like a broken HVAC system, a medical emergency, or even a sudden tax bill. First, this ties back to the importance of an emergency fund. But let's just say the fund is not enough. It's not there. What then? Always approach the providers to see if you can negotiate or set up a plan. Let me tell you, to do nothing and freak out and stress is not a plan of action. You have to think forward, take a deep breath, contact the vendor, let them know what's going on, and see if there's a way that you can negotiate or set up that payment plan. Many medical facilities, for instance, are open to this. For home repairs, get multiple quotes. Don't go with the first one. Make sure you're getting a fair price. And remember, there are community and government programs available, from tax relief programs to grants for specific home repairs. There are lots of companies that will help you. In essence, being informed, being prepared, and taking swift action when you're faced with challenges. It's an entire mix. You can't sit still and let it happen. You've got to take action. While the steps might seem like a lot and some might seem complex, every step you take brings you closer to a stable, secure, and stress-free homeownership experience. I'm speaking in general terms right now, but you all know I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to give you some detail stuff, just like with the Financial Empowerment Center. Give them a call, 916-808-4927. Set up that free appointment. Nothing like free financial advice from professional folks. Give them a call. So as we continue through this journey, we're going to pivot a little bit from the direct financial facets and address something that is just as important, and that's your mental and emotional resilience. Money does matter, but so does your mind and spirit, especially during testing times. And that's what this is. You're being tested. If you think about your life, how much money you earn now, there was a point in your life when you were not earning this much money. You still had bills. And during those times when you were not earning as much as you have now, there came a point where you stressed about how you were going to pay those bills with the little bit of money that you had. But lo and behold, look where you are today. You got past it. You got through it. You didn't die. Nobody came and took you out. What am I saying? I'm saying take a deep breath. This too shall pass, but you've got to be solution oriented. Mindset matters. The power of our mindset cannot be overstated. It's the lens through which we perceive reality. And sometimes a small shift in perception can change the entire picture. Right? Embracing acceptance. That's another thing that we want to look at. So we want to confront whatever's happening to us through a realistic lens. We don't want to pretend like it's not happening or put it on the back burner. Open up those envelopes when they come. Don't let them pile up. You can't be passive when something is happening to you financially. It just continues to build and makes the elephant larger and larger. This is where you say, this is where I am now, and it's okay. Remove the negative stint or feeling or connotation that you might have with what's happening to you. It's not who you are. It does not define you. You're not someone who is incapable of home ownership. This is just a thing that is happening to you right now. It's where I am, and it's okay. And when we remove the negative emotions from our assessment, we can approach problems more logically and more productively. Now, I want you to adopt a growth mindset. This concept revolves around the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed. So instead of seeing challenges as insurmountable, if you develop a growth mindset, it allows you to view it as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow. The solutions are out there. Just because you don't know what they are does not mean that they don't exist. I cannot tell you how many times that if I did not have a growth mindset, I would not have discovered the doors that were opened for me and then look back on, and it's not just me, you as well. You had a growth mindset when you were an infant, struggling to walk and kept falling. You didn't stop trying to walk. And lo and behold, you're not crawling around anymore. You're walking because you had a growth mindset. When you're faced with a financial hiccup, it's not a failure, it's a lesson, and it's an opportunity. I also want to stress this. Take the time to share whatever is happening with you with someone. Do not sit in an island in and of yourself, festering. Reach out. Reach out to someone who you believe you can trust and share that information with, that it's happening to you. Again, The Financial Empowerment Center is one right there for everybody. But if you have a friend or a loved one, someone that you can share with, the purpose of sharing it is just to get it off your shoulders. When you talk about it with someone, just the weight itself just releases and allows you to think about solutions. So cultivate positivity. That's another one. Staying positive. It might seem like an uphill battle, but positivity is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. So that means you got to do what? You got to watch your circle, watch your mouth, watch your eyes, watch your ears. Everything you take in, not mentally, everything you take in through your ear gate, through your eye gate, who you associate with, what comes out of your mouth, you need to protect that like the Dickens. There is something very powerful and spiritual that happens when you allow positivity to flow through you, especially when you're going through a difficult time. Have you ever tried this before where something is happening to you, but you just make a conscious effort to go help somebody else instead? Right? What happens? You take your mind totally off of what's happening to you. You go bless somebody else, and then you turn around and you get blessed. I triple dog dare you all for the next 30 days. Every day, bless somebody else. Be intentional about blessing somebody else in some way, shape, or form. Write it down. Write down a list of what your needs are. And in 30 days, watch how much of that gets covered because you made a decision to bless somebody else. Whether it's with your gifts or talents, your time, you may not have the money, but what do you have that you can give away so that you can receive? That takes us to gratitude journaling. Take a moment and sit down and jot down the things you're thankful for, no matter how small they are. Just doing that exercise can significantly shift your focus from what you're lacking to what's abundant in your life. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was trying to decide what I was going to have for dinner. And I thought I would have I didn't feel like cooking, so I said, I'll get a salad and some soup from Panera Bread. Oh, shoot, that's 2 exits away. I got to get in my car. First world problems, right? It's like, did you really just complain about having to get in your car because you was going to order from the app, so you were going to get to Panera, and it was going to be ready. But you just got indignant. Really? That ain't even right. And I'm using that as an example, but how often do we do that? You guys, there are people that came to this country from other countries that wish they were in the position that you are in and don't want to be in today. How many immigrants, how many homeless people, somebody legitimately on the street today, you can just walk outside a few blocks and see them, would love to be, what would they do if they were in your position? If they feared the loss of their home pending, what would they do? And what makes you too good to do that very same thing? Don't underestimate the power of limiting negativity. Be mindful of the media that you consume and the conversations that you engage in. If it does not uplift you, reduce it or eliminate it. Self-care is not just about spa days or vacation days. It's about being intentional to care for your mental, emotional, and physical health. You get on Facebook and social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever, and the stories begin. People living these lives it doesn't matter whether they're true or false, but you get caught up in this comparison trap, and it's like a drug and you're addicted. You get excited about seeing it for a few moments, but then when you get off, you look at your own world and you start comparing. And then because you get depressed and you feel like you're not where you want to be, so you go back on social media so that you can get that high again, so that you can be happy for those few moments. And it's just a crazy, ridiculous cycle. The solution? Get off altogether and live your life in real time. Create goals and plans and things that you want to accomplish with your life that have nothing to do with whether or not you step back on social media or not. I challenge you to take a look at how much of your time you spend on social media. It really is a time stealer. It really is. It makes you think things should happen in your life that are not for you. Meditation also can be a game changer. Just a few minutes a day can reduce your stress, and it can increase your focus, and it can promote a general sense of well-being. Plenty of apps and online resources to help you start. I shared with some of you before that my morning ritual starts. My alarm, my first alarm rings at 4:30 a.m. 8 times out of 10, I'm up already. But at that time, my phone now sends regular updates to the things that it knows that I'm going to do. It knows my habits. So I go to YouTube on my phone and I pray. That the morning prayer comes up on YouTube from this channel that I follow. And I lay in bed and I listen to that. The first thing I do when I wake up, because that's what I want, how I want to start my day. What you do with the first 30 minutes of your day will dictate the flow of the rest of your day. So I start my day with that meditation. I then jump out of bed really quickly because I don't want to sit there and lay and get all comfortable. Jump out of bed real quick, put on my workout clothes because that's the mode I'm in now. And then I flip to my next motivational YouTube information. And I have this whole routine of habits, of a habit that I'm trying to form, my morning ritual that I do. So creating the proper steps in the morning that develop a habit and a routine that's going to get you to the success that you want to have is crucial. Pay attention to small things like what time you get up, how you get out the bed. What are your thoughts when you get out the bed? How can you shift those thoughts and what you're thinking? It really is imperative, and it plays a huge role on how you will win, whether or not you will win the day. Let's put it like that. The other thing that I want you to focus on is staying present. It's easy to get caught up in the what ifs. When my kids were growing up and they say, but what if, and I know, what if the sky was green and the grass was blue? We can what if all day long, but it's the present moment that holds the keys to our peace. So engage in activities that keep you grounded, whether it's gardening, painting, or even just a walk. And then finally, I want you to seek support. You're not alone. You have to seek support. Professional counseling is not a sign of weakness. It's a testament that you are strong and you recognize that sometimes we need expert guidance to navigate our situations. Community supports also, local groups, online forums, neighborhood gatherings. Get yourself connected. If you get connected, there might be your solution, right? Just knowing somebody's got your back, connecting with someone that has a strong personality. So in wrapping up this segment, before we take a break and come back, I'm going to come back with some very detailed, here's some steps of what to do. I want to make sure that we fortify our mental and emotional resilience. We don't just survive challenges, we thrive in spite of them. Our minds play a pivotal role in how we handle the challenges of homeownership, especially in uncertain economic times. It's about perspective and resilience. Speaking of thoughts, hold that one right there because we've got some more insights to share after we take this quick break. I am Agent Kee, and we will be right back. Welcome to the heart of Sacramento's coveted Natomas neighborhood. Welcome to 4424 Gibraltar Street. This two-story jewel, boasting a spacious 1,823 square feet, stands proud and newly rejuvenated. Fresh exterior paint glistens in the California sun. Step inside to a world of contemporary elegance. The sleek waterproof laminate flooring, freshly laid in 2022, guides you seamlessly through the downstairs space. The kitchen radiates luxury with pristine granite countertops. Retreat to the master suite where relaxation awaits. A lavish soaker tub promises evenings of deep tranquility. Situated on a premium corner lot and opposite the peaceful Quail Park, here privacy reigns supreme. The newly installed fence stands as a testament to both security and aesthetic grandeur. And for those warm Sacramento days, dive into luxury with not one, but two community pools. At 4424 Gibraltar Street, luxury, location, and lifestyle converge in perfect harmony.
Agent Kee, yeah, Selling Sacramento. She is Agent Kee, yeah, Selling Sacramento. She is Selling Sacramento. Agent Kee, Selling Sacramento. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Agent Kee, yeah, Selling Sacramento. She is Selling Sacramento. Agent Kee.
Today's BlackWomanRadio.com. This is today's Black Woman. You're welcome, Shimon. Hey, Miss D. Hey, girl. Hi, Ty Lisa. Hey, y'all. Oh, we're coming back from the break.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. Navigating the complexities of homeownership, it requires not just mental resilience and financial preparedness, as we've discussed, but also an educated approach. So let's dive into making informed decisions. Educate yourself. Knowledge, as they say, is power. And when it comes to homeownership, this could not be truer. Understand the housing market. It's essential that you grasp the current state of the housing market. Are we in a buyer's market? Are we in a seller's market? How are property values trending in your area? If you know this, this helps you gauge if it's the right time for you to buy or if waiting a bit might be advantageous. And what do I mean by if it's the right time for you to buy? Rates are at just about 8% right now. And for most people, that monthly payment of an 8% rate is not advantageous. Understanding programs and opportunities and tools of what's available to get into homeownership right now is key if you're considering homeownership. Just because rates are at 8% does not mean It's not a good time for you to buy. It may not be an opportune time for someone else to buy. Everyone's financials unravel differently. And I always tell people that. Make sure that you have a conversation with a trusted lender person that can help you explore all of the opportunities based on your financial snapshot if you are considering homeownership. And even if you're not considering homeownership right now, just having the conversation with a lender will help you get better prepared and more informed for the future. Because again, what goes up must come down. But at the same time, for those of you who are on the sidelines waiting for rates to drop, keep in mind that one of the biggest reasons that we're struggling with pricing in the housing market is because of lack of inventory. So when those rates do come down, and they will, you're going to see a mad dash back into the market of buyers competing. Just because the rates go up doesn't mean the price is going to come down. So don't confuse the two. Understand the housing market. How do you understand the housing market? Listen to your local news. Listen to shows like Selling Sacramento. Make connections with local real estate professionals who can help you assess the market on a local level, because real estate is different not only from city to city or region to region or state to state, it's even different neighborhood to neighborhood. How houses are selling in North Oak Park in comparison to South Oak Park differ. So you want to make sure that you understand the housing market. You don't have to be the expert. You just want to be tied to an expert. Interest rates and economic indicators. So interest rates will directly affect your mortgage rates. Make sure you keep a finger on the pulse of the key economic indicators that can help you make timely and effective decisions. So where do you get that knowledge? Once again, financial advisors who specialize in real estate. They offer personalized advice tailored to your situation. Sometimes there are banks or real estate firms that give home buyer seminars. They are most of the time free. Attend them. We do monthly home buyer workshops. Not only are they free, but we feed you lunch for free. They're sponsored. We provide lunch. You come in and you just take it all in. This is the information and the knowledge that you want to expose yourself to so that you can set yourself up for success as you look into homeownership or as you become a new homeowner. Evaluating a home affordability. So it's easy to fall in love with a home, right? But can you afford that home without overextending yourself? There are rules and guidelines out there that suggest that you should only spend so much money of your gross monthly income each month on housing expenses and no more than another percentage on debt. The numbers vary. You need to find that sweet spot for yourself. Sometimes they're the 28-36 rule. Sometimes it's the 30-40 rule. Find the sweet spot yourself and stick to it. And if you adhere to the rule, it can help ensure that you live comfortably without being house poor. With that being said, we all would love to live off less money. I would love to be able to pay all my bills and my mortgage with just $1,000. But in the state of California, that is not going to happen. And so with that being said, we have to make sure that we are being realistic with our expectations of housing. It is very expensive to buy a home right now in California. It's expensive to buy that starter home that's just a 3-bed, 2-bath, the one that we think we're entitled to. Yes. Think about it. Someone in any other part of the world would love to be able to have an expectation of a starter home, quote unquote, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,300 square feet. So you might have to readjust that dream of what that starter home looks like. Maybe the starter home actually is a condo or a halfplex. And why am I asking you to reduce your dream? Because you are going to be paying somebody else's mortgage every month either way. It's going to either be yours or theirs. And every year that goes by is thousands of dollars that you are giving to someone else. Hard times are going to come. It's just a matter of what side you want to end up on when it's over. We say that we want to lose weight, but we want to eat the way we want to eat. It's hard being overweight, and it's hard working out. We say we want to be wealthy, but we don't want to do the task. We don't want to go outside of what we're comfortable with to make money or grow or learn. Get that extra education. Get that extra part-time job. What is it that you need to do to increase your net worth or your earning power? It's hard being broke, but it's hard gaining wealth. One side has risk, the other side has reward. Actually, let's say regret. One side has regret, the other side has reward. If you don't work out, you say you want to be fit, but you don't work out, you're going to regret not taking the steps that you should have taken down the road because your body is going to cash in on what you did not do. If you don't like being broke, you are going to regret not taking the steps that you knew you could have taken to increase your earning potential because your bills and the world is going to catch up to you. What is it that you want? And what are you doing to get what you want? And not even what you want, what do you need? Mentally, you know you need to make that call to talk to that counselor, whether it's for your marriage, for your own mental health, for your relationship with your children, you on the job clowning and acting out, getting ready to get fired. You need to make that call so that you can get your mind right. Not making that call, not setting up that appointment is going to put you in a position of regret. It's hard being alone, getting older, and not being psychologically stable. You think it's hard making that call? Try being alone. I digressed just a little bit. It still was in line. Government programs. The government will often step in when there's an economic downturn. And they'll offer perks like down payment assistance, tax credits, or favorable loan terms. For veterans, programs like the VA loan can be beneficial. They'll introduce terms we can probably expect next year, especially because it's an election year, that the government may start introducing additional incentives to stimulate the housing market. So this could be in the form of tax breaks, lower interest rates, or grant programs. Don't quote me on it. I'm saying that this is kind of how this stuff flows. So we talked about the nuts and bolts of financial preparedness and the importance of informed decision making. Now we're going to address another critical factor, and that's adapting to change, because that's what's happening. Life is changing. In homeownership, change is the only constant. So how do we adapt and stay ahead? Stay flexible and adaptable. When the economy evolves as rapidly as it does, when you're rigid, that can be a major setback. So stay flexible and stay adaptable. If you're locked in a mortgage where the interest rate was high, but now they've dropped, refinancing could reduce your monthly mortgage. We know we're not in that situation. But what if your financial scenario is straining your budget? Restructuring your mortgage might be a way of easing the burden. The idea is to be open to these changes, not as a sign of defeat, but as a proactive strategy to better manage your finances. There are 40-year mortgages out there, 40-year mortgages. Think about this. I was just thinking about this yesterday. When they first started selling homes, there was not a 30-year mortgage. You had to pay for that puppy all up front. They introduced the 30-year mortgage to make homes more affordable. Now we look at 30-year mortgages as if they're the norm. So don't turn your nose up at a 40-year mortgage if it will make home ownership more affordable for you and remove some of the financial constraints, the housing financial burden. Consider alternative streams of income. Side hustles and freelancing. We are living in it right now, this gig economy. And so there are so many opportunities, whether it's driving for a ride share service, freelance writing, graphic design, tutoring. There are a number of ways to earn extra cash on your own and on your own terms. So identify your skills and your passion and see how they can be monetized. Then there are investment opportunities. I'm not suggesting you jump into the stock market without any knowledge, but there are local businesses that are looking for investors or peer-to-peer lending platforms that offer a way to get decent returns. Consider renting out part of your home or investing in a small property. Go into an investment with someone. Think outside the box. Be flexible. In order to start with these things, you've got to do a self-assessment. Sit down and make sure that you create a plan, set aside dedicated time, and don't hesitate to invest in a little in enhancing your skills if needed. Online courses, workshops, or even books can be invaluable resources. I shared this book with our class over this past weekend, and I'm going to give it the title to you all right before I'm out of time here. And the title of the book is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Atomic Habits. That is a book that you want to read if you want to reset your thought process of how you do what you do and why you do what you do so that you can get on a better path. So take a moment and reflect on the journey of homeownership. That's my time. I hope this show has enlightened you. Tune in again next week for more invaluable insights. And remember, together we are stronger, better informed, and more equipped to face any challenge. Until next time, wishing you strength, wellness, and love. And remember, if you're doing what you were created to do, I will see you at the top.